There has been a deep sense of relief across Europe after the U.S. president publicly ruled out the use of military force to take Greenland during his appearance at the World Economic Forum in Davos. 4. Many European leaders, this statement helped ease immediate fears of escalation. However, beneath that relief lies a much deeper and unresolved problem. The president still wants Greenland, and its owners have made it very clear that the island is not for sale. Despite his reassurance on military action, President Trump doubled down on his ambitions shortly after the Davos Forum. In a social media post, he claimed he had formed the framework of a deal on Greenland and the Arctic following a meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. At the same time, he announced that he was dropping a proposed 10% tariff on 8 European countries he accused of blocking his Arctic plans. These tariffs had been scheduled to take effect on February 1st, and their sudden withdrawal raised more questions than answers. Any hope in Europe that Trump might soften his stance was quickly shattered as he continued to outline his uncompromising argument for acquiring the island. He dismissed European insistence that Greenland is sovereign territory and framed its acquisition as a reasonable transaction. According to Trump, the United States deserved Greenland due to decades of military support provided to Europe. What remains unclear is how this so-called framework would satisfy Trump's long-stated desire to own Greenland outright. European officials say there has been no indication of any agreement that respects Greenland's sovereignty or Denmark's authority over the territory. Danish Foreign Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen stressed that while Trump's comments about avoiding military force were positive in isolation, they did not represent a real change in the president's ambitions. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away in Nuuk, Greenland's capital, local authorities were taking the situation seriously. The Greenlandic government unveiled a new public brochure advising residents on what to do in the event of a crisis in the territory. Greenland's Minister for Self-Sufficiency, Peter Borg, described the document as an insurance policy, emphasizing that officials did not expect it to be used but felt it was necessary. Given the uncertainty, many other NATO allies similarly supported the U.S. after the 9/11 attacks, paying significant human and financial costs. These contributions stand in stark contrast to Trump's portrayal of Europe as ungrateful and uncommitted. In the end, while the immediate threat of military action may have been ruled out, the broader transatlantic crisis is far from over. Europe remains deeply concerned that the president's ambitions toward Greenland are unchanged and that diplomatic, economic, and political pressure may simply replace military threats.